So, my name is Eoin Kearney and this is my game, spaceChase. The main theme of this game is kind of a fallen blocks with kind of a space turn on it. The main objective of the game is to kind of get the high score you can without dying. You have 3 lives to do so. There's parts of the game like you can't go outside the screen, and the blocks are set at a certain speed, and as the game progresses the more blocks come, as you can see here, and the higher the score goes the more blocks are added, and if every time you pass an asteroid the more score is added again, and if you get a certain amount of score another life is added on if you died already. So that's pretty much the main parts of the game. So in this part of the game I wanted to show how the game is very much changeable to my personal preference. So I could change the rock speed if I wanted. Here on line, like on line 29 there's a constant rock speed which is 15, so if I change that to 25 and run it, the game is, the rocks are much noticeably faster. So if I change it to 5 now and run it, clearly the asteroid is extremely slow. So now that's not the only thing I can change. I can also change the speed of the ship with the variable granularity here. So if I change this to 5, now the ship's really slow. So pretty much the game is like dependent on how do I want the game to be. So in this part of the game I want to talk you through the mechanics. So the game is mainly built on subroutines. So you can see here on line 167 the subroutine key event handles the movement of the spaceship. So I have here the key name is equal to up on the board, so if I press up the spaceship goes up, and the same for if I go down the spaceship goes down. This subroutine is the subroutine for moving the bad guys or the asteroids. So this part is set on the coordinates, so it's always reducing, so they're always moving downwards. This part is showing the bad guys on screen and always moving down. And line 229 is showing the good guy or spaceship. Now on the subroutine random rock start, this is the code that when the rock is falling, it doesn't always fall in the same place. The code falls from the left on one go and then on the right in the second go. That's for the X coordinate, and again on 224 it's for the Y coordinate. Now the subroutine collisions handles the collision detection, as you can see here. So if it's to do with coordinates again, so when the spaceship and the asteroid reach a certain distance away from each other you will die, and that's with the if statement here. If the lives are 0 it'll end the game and it'll print you've been hit and it'll say your score. The next part is to calculate the score and then update the score so it's always running. And now on line 300, this is for the levels, because at the start there was always just 1 rock falling or 2 rocks falling, so I decided to add in levels. So you start off with 1 and then you'll gradually keep on going and going. So this is pushing all the objects through for the asteroid. And the last part is to show your lives. This is on the top right hand corner of the screen. So every time you die it'll remove a life, and if you get a score of 2,500, if it seen here in line 313 in the if statement, it says if lives is smaller than the max lives, that's a constant, which is 3. Lives plus plus will basically just add a life. So here are the images that I made on a different program called GIMP. Here's the asteroid. I did this pretty easily. I just got a circle and just put it on, made it a colour, added a bit of lumps on the side to make it more realistic, added another circle but a bit lighter so it looks like the asteroid has a bit of depth. And then here's the spaceship I did. It's pretty simple looking. It's kind of the thing I wanted to pep with the arcade theme, pretty much. All the images on old arcade games are very simple. And here is just a bit of text that was being printed on screen when you collided. So it's collision, press any key to continue. And all these images were being loaded here. As you can see, I get the file name and to load it, and see there's the image, the asteroid fallen, the score at the top left, and the spaceship at the top right. So this game, I started off with just a kind of a circle falling, and kind of took from there, added in the spaceship, got that moving left or right, kind of updated the pictures a bit to make it look a bit better, added in a background. Then I started thinking kind of features to add into the game, so collision detection was one, the score, but I left that till later. The collision detection one I found it pretty hard to do, but with the collaboration I did with my tutor over at GitHub, we achieved it much easier than me just doing it on my own. After I had the collision detection and the movement of the block, I added in a bit more specific features like the speed of the blocks, how many blocks, speed of the ship, and then the game kind of came together a bit better, so I could sit down and think what I really needed to add. So again, I just updated the pictures, made it look a bit better, and then I thought about adding a score. I wanted to add just an ongoing score constantly going up, and once you die it ended. So once I finished that, I was pretty happy with my game. There's a couple of things I would do better, like if there's multiple asteroids on screen, they kind of overlap each other, and that kind of bugs me, but something I would think about fixing in the future. And I really enjoyed making a game, and I'm definitely doing it next year, as I want to carry on doing the kind of programming in LIT in Limerick, doing creative multimedia. So it's been a long process, but I've enjoyed it. I got that music, it's just kind of called Rock and Roll off a royalty-free website.
Game over.